All right, hey, how's it going, guys? We're setting up our bag here for hole number 4, and I'm going to go a little bit more aggressively today. I might back off from that in the future, but for today, we are going to go aggressive. We're going to go Titan, and one of the things that I do want to mention is that these new Royal balls, especially, can come in handy. Especially if you haven't picked up any of the other ones. What I would recommend personally would be those blue marbles. Would be an ideal drive to get that ball positioned farther than where I'm going to put it. You're going to see me go at it with a Titan, and I'm going to be about 10 yards. I'm going to land it about 10 yards shorter than I want. So, a blue marble extra mile combo is going to give you, in my opinion, a better drive and, secure that eagle chance a lot more than what you're going to see me do. I don't have quite as much confidence that I'm going to pull off what I'm trying to do, but I at least want to show you guys this option that we're definitely not going to lay up like this. So, in my opinion, laying up to that fairway, there's not a lot of value in it when the second wind's going to be downwind. So going for it and failing, kind of where my opponent is, he's still going to be okay. Oh, wow, this is even tighter than I thought it's going to be. So definitely, what I can recommend is, a better ball than a Titan. So I'm really, really hesitant to even hit this shot. I think it's very high risk, but I'm going to do it anyway. And at the very least, I'll show you guys kind of how tight this actually is. And I did hit perfect ball, thankfully. It probably comes down to a perfect ball or a great ball to the right or left. And here you can see that I'm just getting it into the fairway. I don't even know if this is enough to actually get it to a thorn range. To be honest with you, I don't think it is. So I should have prepared my bag a little bit better, because if you don't get it to a thorn range, you want to have Saturn on. So you want to use Saturn to bail yourself out. I was hoping that, especially with the wind, that I was going to be able to at least, beat it down there far enough with a full ball to be a little bit farther than I am. And again, like I mentioned, if you guys have some blue marbles, highly recommended. At the very least, it might be worth picking up some Royal balls. You can see just based on where I left it, there's not a lot of value to where I just put the ball. So, anything you guys can do to, get it up closer. You can see I'm almost still towards max backbone here. So I can do one of two things. I can either just bail out, or I can try to hit the hero shot. And in my opinion, being where I am, there's not a lot of value in just kind of not going for this. So, just to kind of, we're just going to go for it just this one time. I keep in mind, I wouldn't actually play this way if I was being, completely legitimate here. More than anything, I'm just doing this just to kind of, pull off a miracle shot that could potentially go in more than anything. And just hope that it, came down, ran into the hole for some reason. Aside from that, I would just recommend, jamming full backspin there, playing your ring adjustment, max ring adjustment, whatever that is. If your accuracy's, 1.75, for example, 1.5 per ring, and just pulling back. Keep in mind, you are hitting to an uphill target, so you want to pull just a slight less than max. So, you would want to maybe come in one ring, for example. But at the very least, like I mentioned, if you're going to go for the fairway shot like I just did, good luck, especially if you do it with a Titan, because you can see how close that margin for error is. It's very, very tight. I really do recommend going at it with a Power 4 ball. Blue marble will be optimal. And the Royal Ball would be kind of a backup option if you don't have that. It would be worth picking up just to kind of insure yourself a little bit. In my opinion, playing that little safety measure is worth it. It gives you the chance to get the eagle on this hole. So the way that I just played it, I'm not going to be able to eagle it. It almost came down to just securing the birdie, which is when I would just go full backspin on a backbone if I had it. But let me just show you real quick, just so you know. The Saturn here has, even at a 7, it has 20 more backspins. That 20 extra backspin you can use to your advantage, get it very close to the hole, maybe even give it a run for the hole. But I'm going to show you guys another method, which is over to the left, so keep a lookout for an update. And I'll try to do that with something else. I'll try to do it with like a Thor's hammer or something. We'll try to go over to that left fairway, and we'll come at it more straight approach. And I'll show you guys how to kind of go at it with a long iron, the successful way. The way that we just went to that fairway, you're not going to have good success with a long iron. It's more to get it down the short iron territory. And again, if you're not using the right ball to get it down there, you're not going to be able to. So keep all that in mind, and see you guys on the next hole.